restaurant sparkled with soft candlelight and warm, golden decor. It was one of those places where violin music floated in the background and waiters glided instead of walked. Every table was dressed in crisp linen and tiny bouquets of winter roses, giving the whole place a kind of magical Christmas glow. Daniel Westwood adjusted his suit jacket as he sat across from his daughter, Lily. She was stirring her hot chocolate, humming a little tune only she understood. For him, tonight was supposed to be simpler, quiet dinner before dropping her off at her mother's house. He barely noticed people anymore, always too buried in work or meetings. But Lily noticed everything, especially the family at the next table. A young woman in a worn but carefully cleaned coat sat with two little boys. She held the menu with care, her fingers tight around the edges. The boys, dressed neatly but plainly, were watching the plates that passed them with wide eyes. Their mother tried to distract them by telling stories, but every so often, one boy would swallow hard, glancing at the food other kids were eating. Lily whispered, "Daddy?" Daniel looked up from his phone, distracted. Can I share with them? He frowned gently. Share what, sweetheart? My dinner. She lowered her voice even more. They're hungry. I can see. Daniel followed her gaze. He saw the mother carefully dividing one small bowl of soup into three, pretending it was a fun game. She smiled at her boys with a loving but exhausted expression that broke something inside him. Lily's eyes grew glassy. They shouldn't have to pretend. A small, soft hand reached across the table and squeezed his. Please. Her plea wasn't loud, but it carried the kind of sincerity that made grown men rethink their priorities. Daniel exhaled slowly. He wasn't used to this kindness that wasn't transactional. It's compassion without agenda. He stood from the table. What are you doing? Lily asked. What you asked. He said, quietly. He walked to the hostess stand and spoke to the waiter in a calm, firm voice. The waiter's eyes widened. Then he nodded quickly and hurried to the kitchen. Daniel returned to the table and sat beside Lily. We're going to help them, he told her. She smiled so brightly, it was as if the whole restaurant brightened with her. Moments later, their neighboring table watched in shock as a waiter approached, carrying steaming plates of roasted chicken, mashed potatoes, warm rolls, and dessert. For you, the waiter said gently. Compliments of the gentleman beside you. The mother blinked rapidly, covering her mouth as tears welled in her eyes. Lily whispered to Daniel. They needed it, Daddy. You did good. And for the first time in a long while, Daniel felt like maybe he had. The single mother approached their table slowly, almost nervously, as if afraid her presence would disturb something fragile. She clutched her purse like it was a shield. Sir, she began, voice trembling. You didn't need to do that. Really, you've already done too much. Daniel stood to greet her not as a millionaire, not as a businessman, but simply as a man. I wanted to, he said softly. Please don't feel uncomfortable. She shook her head, overwhelmed. But the food was my boys. Haven't had a meal like that in months. Her voice cracked before Daniel could respond. Lily tugged the woman's sleeve gently. Your kids can sit with us, she said. We have lots of space. The mother tried to protest. Sweetheart, that's very kind, but I don't want to intrude. Her younger son suddenly appeared at her side, holding his spoon with shy hope in his eyes. Mom, she said, we can sit there. Can we please? The mother's resistance melted. Yes, she whispered. Okay, Within minutes, the two tables were pushed together. The boys sat with Lily, giggling as they colored on the kids' menu. The waiter brought extra drinks and napkins, smiling at the unexpected, heartwarming scene. Daniel watched the mother relax slowly, like a flower opening after rain. She kept thanking him under her breath, apologizing for taking up his space. He kept assuring her she wasn't. Asterisk, between bites. Lily leaned over and whispered with childlike innocence, "Daddy, she looks like someone who needs friends." Daniel glanced at the mother again. Her dark hair was pulled back in a loose braid. Her cheeks were flushed from embarrassment, not makeup. Her smile, when she finally allowed herself one, was warm and real. The kind that made her entire face light up. She caught him staring and flushed even more. "I'm Maya," she said softly. "I feel rude not introducing myself." "It's Daniel," he said, extending his hand. She shook it, her touch gentle but steady. Asterisk, a comfortable silence settled between them as the children laughed. The restaurant's soft music played around them like a background to something bigger happening. Asterisk. Maya finally met his eyes. Asterisk, why did you really help us? Asterisk. Daniel looked at Lily, now sharing her fries with the boys like she had known them forever. Asterisk, because my daughter reminded me that Christmas isn't about what we have, Sid. It's about what we share. Asterisk. Maya's eyes softened with something like gratitude. And something else. Asterisk. A door opening. A possibility forming. A moment neither of them would forget.